surrender mudra. Just take your hands like this. The inner two go to the thumb. So you have like these Spider-Man fingers. And they connect together. Like this. You hold it upside down, where these points are going up towards the heart. Find a comfortable position. Adjust your spine, feel its natural curve. This is a root chakra of surrender. One of the mudras here. Mudra is like yoga for your hands. It's a surrendering mudra. If you were to look at the shape, it's like you're allowing the channels to move. So if you were to imagine from the inside of your body, looking down, it's like a bowl. It's like a oblong bowl from hip to hip. And as we surrender, we choose to let go. We choose to let go of control. We choose to allow. Part of surrendering is allowing. And the thumb is our fire finger. It's touching the earth element, and it's touching the ethers, the around us element. Our pointer fingers, that's our air finger. And the pinky fingers is the water element. So we're allowing in this mudra, we're allowing the surrender of being able to call up the two channels, the Ida and the Pingala. These energies swirl around the Sushumna. The Sushumna is a place where the chakra centers, or energy centers, are held. And it's through the energy of these two moving channels that flow into the existence. So this surrendering mudra is for the root chakra. And it's allowing the movement, the prana, to go up the Ida and the Pingala. All the way up, all the way up. You can also do that with breathing. So if you would like to join me for some box breathing. And box breathing is just going to come into the count of 4. So when you're ready, breathe in for 4. Hold it for 4. Exhale for 4. And hold for 4. Thank you for the love and the likes. Appreciate that. Thank you for being present with me. So continuing the box, you can visualize it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Hello. Hello, hello. Exhaling. And hold again. Get into your rhythm and try to slow down just a little bit. Still keeping the count of 4 to keep the mind even, right? And counting helps a lot. But if you're visual, you can go there. If you're audio, you can put into a sound or a tone in your mind, in your head. You can also use this surrender mudra and just feel the part of these fingers and their role. So I'll talk a little bit more. Continue your breathing and just pace yourself. Encourage the box, encourage the balance. Your pinky fingers are the water element. Your pointer fingers are the air element. And if you're able or want to think about it a little bit deeper, how is this supporting the release? Well, if we kind of think of the circle of the inner part of our body, okay, we're made out of tubes, right? So there's this natural circular motion, how our body digests food and how it eliminates food. Our pinky is holding that water flow, that currency. The air, the electricity, Okay, so electricity and water, just think of that. Think of all that prana. Hey, think of that prana moving just in that lower seat. That's funny. Gang songs, yeah. This mudra is called mudra. This is a surrender mudra. The elements of air and water right here. And yeah, pulling up the flap, right? This is with the root chakra. If you were to look down at your body, this is going to be the inside of your bottom, okay? And from the top view, there's a hole there. Thank God. Thank God there's a way for it to come out. But these two, okay? Your thumb is your fire element. Your ring finger and your middle finger. One is ether and the other is earth. So we're putting the fire into the ether and we're putting the fire into the movement of our bowel, into the elimination process. The water, the bladder, the kidneys, the adrenals, and then the lungs and the pranas of what the lungs do. It's their air element. So just holding this for 5 minutes. Maybe you feel a difference, maybe you don't. But if you put a little bit more energy into the thought of what this resembles. Balance, and keeping up with the 4-point breath. So I'll invite you to exhale all the way, exhale, exhale more, a little bit more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, hold, exhale, and hold. Continue this 4-point breath, this box breathing. Continue this, and imagine, okay? So I'm sure by now most of you might have heard about chakras, and these are energy centers. Sassafras there. You're distracting me. The Pingala and the Ida are 2 channels that go around the Sushumna. The Sushumna, imagine like your spine, where these energy centers live. And if you were to think of them as ways of them winding up and down. When you breathe in, you're pulling that energy up. And then when you exhale, that energy's coming down. Energy goes up and energy goes down. Energy goes up when you breathe in. And imagine your diaphragm is belled right under your heart. So when you inhale, there's an expansion. And when you release your gut, when you inhale, the diaphragm goes down, it goes flat, and pushes your belly out a little bit more. Pushes on the fascia, makes the belly a little bit big, what we call Buddha belly or belly breathing. That's putting tension on all those organs down there. Your water organs, your elimination organs, your colon, your bladder, your prostate, your uterus, all the parts. When we breathe in, there's pressure on those parts. And when we exhale, that diaphragm builds right back on. And you hold after the count of 4 for 4 count. Exhale, follow that diaphragm as you exhale. That energy goes all the way down. In, and hold, exhale, and hold. In for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. Okay, so I'm gonna hopefully you're shitting every day. You're funny. Lots of entertainment here. Okay, so I'm gonna release my mudra. Been in here for a while, so I'm just gonna let go of the thumbs, disengage the fire, and release. Okay. Ooh. All right. So we're now gonna go into a different breathing called the the alternate nostril breath. So if your nose is working okay and you want to join me, you're gonna show up your hand like this, okay? More gangsta sign. You're going to pull in 2 fingers like this. One nose goes, your thumb goes on this nostril. This is my right nostril. And then the other one gets close here, okay? So my fire thumb is gonna pull the breath in. I'm gonna plug my nose with my earth finger and then exhale. And then you're gonna inhale that same one, plug, and let go. Okay? In, hold, exhale, in, take as long as you want, hold, exhale. Keep going. You'll notice that your sinuses are different, okay? Many times during the day, one sinus will swell, the other one will change. That's normal. What's cool about this alternate nostril breathing is that it really slows you down. You're not focused too much on your thoughts. And if you're a visual person or you love to imagine things, it can't. This is traditional, but you can just do it any way you want. Big idea is that you're just closing one if you feel safe to do so. It doesn't have to, it's just tradition. But if you're a visual person, you can imagine like you're on a ski lift and you're breathing in to the top of the mountain. You pause, you look out the vista, and then you ski down the other side when you exhale. You get down to that side, you take that ski lift back up. Pause, beautiful vista, and then you exhale again. So what is this doing? You know, science is showing that it is regulating your nervous system. It is giving you a pause. It is giving you a break from all this analytical stuff. You can just tap right into serenity. And the beautiful part is when you let go and you are just smelling and you just take your breath and you take a breath and you can feel all your breath. You can feel that oxygen come in when you use both nostrils. Oh goodness. Okay, every time I'm on here, we talk about my armpit hair. This is quite a popular topic. Not something that I'm here for, but I guess I am because this is all visual. So yeah, there we go. You feel better? Does it feel good? It's my purpose in life. It's not to shave. Because I refuse to conform to society's needs and marketing's money schemes. Okay, so with the 8 limbs of yoga, you have your yamas. And your yamas is like your seat. Where are you sitting? Where's your heart? Where are your feelings? Where are your feels? And then you do your niyama. These are, you know, how are you sitting with yourself? How are you witnessing yourself? And then we go into asana, where we do our yoga movements. And then we do our pranayama. And we deepen into meditation. And then within that meditation, we begin to go more deeper into the witness. And our goal is enlightenment, right? Consequence of enlightenment, life is still the way it is. Maybe you are just not attached anymore. Well, you shouldn't be, right? Enlightenment is just release of being attached to suffering. I'm reading all your stuff. My cat smacked my face when I was sleeping and he woke me up. Did you wake up laughing? So I do this thing called woofing. Wake up, laughter, fun, and now gratitude. And if you want the challenge, here you go. Wake up laughing. Not so easy, but there's 3 easy ways you can do it. Not so easy, but there's 3 easy ways you can do it. 3 easy ways. 1, you exhale with a ha. 2, you do it repetitively. Ha, 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 ha. And then you laugh at what you just did. Ta-da! Can you do that waking up before you get out of bed? Don't pee yourself. Okay, so I wanted to provide this mudra for you, this surrender mudra. I'll reapply it. Thumb, fire element. Pointers, air element. Middle finger, ether element. Whatever this, ring finger, earth element. Pinky finger, water element. And this is according to the Vedas. In the surrender mudra has a lot to do with the lower chakra, letting go. Letting go, letting go, letting go. That phrase used to irritate me so bad. It's like, what the hell am I letting go of? Everything's fine. What do I need to let go of? Well, for me personally, letting go to the attachments of suffering is a big deal, because the more that I hold on, the tighter I hold on, the more I want to control things. And when it gets out of my control, then I lose faith and I, criticize myself. So the more I can be flexible with my root, okay, where I belong, how I feel with myself, the better. So in the act of surrender, there is a mudra for that. And if you were to look down at your body from the inside, okay, we got a tube. That tube goes all the way out this other tube, right? We're full of tubes. It's glorious. We love tubes. And here for the mudra is you're taking your fire element and you're going to hold earth and you're going to hold ether. So what does that do with our prana? What is that helping us with? Well, it's a little bit like control, okay? It's holding the earth of the body. It's supporting the part that you sit on. It's supporting your eliminations and the things the body has to do. It's supporting the strength, because that perineum, it's got to hold all your shit in, okay? Have you ever heard of prolapse? Women's uterus is falling out, stuff like that. It has a lot to do with breath retention, the way that we breathe, the way that we sit. So we want to keep the flexibility in there. So with this mudra of surrender, of allowing the energy channels to open, allowing vulnerability to be present with you, you're going to take your water fingers and your air fingers here. Now you'll notice that these 2 channels are open and away from the center. It's not this part, okay? We're not holding here. We're allowing the surrender to eliminate. We're allowing the body to move. These channels of surrender, the Pingala and the Ida, they go around the Sushumna. They go through the chakras. They allow the energies to move all the way to the top and then down to the bottom. So a lot like the alternate nostril breathing or the box breathing, we are pulling it up to the top. And when you get to the top, you look at all the beauty you want to see. You get to create that. You get to create your sunrise and your sunset in your mind. You get to create that vista What would you love to see? What is beautiful for you? Where are those little miracles? How is the light shining those rainbows around you? Can you imagine that you are? And that's it. You don't have to be any more than what you already are. And if you're feeling like a piece of shit, well, then maybe you are. And that's okay. Because, holding on to shit is what the problem is. Eliminating the shit is what we have to do. We have to, or we just grow stagnant. So this release is just moving the energy, because you get to do that. My water finger is my index finger. Why is your water finger a different thing? So this is Vedic, this is Indian. And if you, there's different, different realities on how we do different things and what we believe in. And so this is a system that works for me. What I'm saying is, up to interpretation. So if I can channel with my fingers an element, then this is the tradition I'm following. It's the Vedic one. There are, the TCM, the traditional Chinese medicine, and there's other traditions on how cultures have created their prana movements through their hands. So our hands are a lot like a lifeline, right? We do so much, and we give away so much energy and power through our hands. It's what we make, what we do. But with this release mudra, it's more about, can I believe that the prana that I'm putting in through my hands can come back to me? How does it serve me? How can I put intention in a way that I move my hands? I'm going to break now. So hands, like the Jedi, right? They just, nothing to see here. It's a belief and interpretation of how we use our energy. So if you have a different way of doing that, bless you, put your intention into it and let it move your energies. Even if it was just, it's like when you have a baby. And do you have to pat that baby's back? I mean, who is that patting really for? Is it for the baby or for you? Is it a communication? So the power of our will gets extended through our hands. Good input. Why am I still doing that? Because it feels good. So speaking of moving, it's time to do some asana now. And you are welcome to join me for some simple movement. I obviously don't have my microphone connected to me, so I'm just going to do the movement, and you're welcome to do whatever you want with that. I won't talk too much, but I'll talk like you can hear me. All right, all fours, moving the spine.
Ganapataye Namaha. Om Shrim Hrim Glim Gam Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Shrim Hrim Glim Gam Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Shrim Hrim Glim Gam Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Shrim Hrim Glim Glam Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Shrim Hrim Glim Glam Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Oh, I'm so curious about what you're saying. Om Shrim Hrim Glim Gam Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Shrim Hrim Glim Gam Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Ramadasa Sasi Soham. Tari Tutari Ture Soha. Tari Tutari Ture Soha. Tari Tutari Ture Soha. Tari Tutari Ture Soha. Om Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Lam Vam Ram Yam Om Om Lam Vam Ram Yam Om Om. Okay, good stuff. So curious and distracted now. What do we got here? Mr. Steve. Yes, I live by a busy road. You can hear it all, yeah? Okay, so after we do those things, we come back to our seat. And I'm in Northern California. And then we do the mantra, okay? So after we do asana, that's our movement, we do the breath work, and then we go into a deeper witness of self. And so the mantra that I'm choosing is may all beings be happy and free. So a lot of craziness going on, and the more energy that I can put into the peace of my own heart, then these mantras can resonate in my body and go out to the world. And so if you would like to join me, I will teach you Loka, L-O-K-A-H, Loka. Sam, S-A-M, Asta. S-T-H-A. Asta. Okay. Samasta. Sukino. S-U-K-N-O. Sukino. S-U-K-I-N-O. Bhavantu. B-H-A-V-E-N-T-O. So Loka Samasta Sukino Bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. All beings. All beings. Trees, plants, flowers, animals. All beings be happy and free. So we can use our mudra today. Using your mudra, putting these two together, okay? Putting these two together. Loka samasta sukhi no bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhi no bhavantu. So with that mantra, may all beings be happy and free. Om Shanti, Shanti. That means universal peace. So may all beings be happy and free in universal peace. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. May all beings be happy and free. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. This mudra of surrender is very powerful for me because as I sit in my seat, as I feel safe in my body, and I am circulating my energy of my system, my system. What a blessing. I don't have to think about how it works. It just works. And so this prana in my hand is circulating my left and my right. And there's so much gratitude. So much gratitude. Why are you saying nice singer? Don't do that. I don't know what that means. So much gratitude. And the peace starts in the heart. So when I have this mudra of surrender, I get to let go of control. And I get to grace my energy with my throat. And I open my mouth and I say these things and I feel these things from the heart. And I also know at the same time as I sit here, horrendous acts of violence are happening. And I can allow those feelings to shift through me without holding on to them. And in the same time, maintain that gratitude of prayer. May all beings be happy and free. May all beings be happy and free. May all beings be happy and free. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. Of course, that'd be a superpower. Okay. May all beings be happy and free. Do what lights you up. Do what brings you joy. You get to do those things. And that can somehow be hard to do. Because if you like to do certain things and you don't have access to it, that can stop that flow, right? So we have to get simpler. What does freedom actually mean? Or what does happiness really mean? Where is it? We spend our whole lives looking for that. The journey, the destination, not being attached to anything. Choosing what to be attached to. What part of suffering do you really want to embellish in yourself? Is suffering a form of love? Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. All beings. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Okay, so you do your asana, then we do your pranayama, you do your meditation. We kind of did that jumbled, but there's a way, there's a system, right? We have systems for everything. What's really cool is that we can make new ones. But when we follow a line of tradition, after we do asana is when we do breath work. And breath work gets you ready for this thing. And when we meditate, it's not necessarily turning everything off. The brain doesn't do that. The brain, thank goodness, has its own way of doing its thing without you trying to do anything for it. So when we intervene with the mind by forcing it through the prana of our breathing, we are literally on a foundation changing our chemicals. It's the CO2. It's the CO2, baby. CO2. Now you might know carbon dioxide as the bad guy, but actually CO2 has a very, very important job. It is to take oxygen where it's supposed to go. It is a vasodilator. It extends the vascular system. So when we're doing different types of breath work, we're changing the chemical states of our body, which are driven by adrenaline and hormones, our adrenals, our pituitary, all of it. This your system, our system is the most amazing gift. Oh my God. So there's power in being able to change our chemical structure through our breath. So earlier we did the box breathing, we did the alternate nostril breathing. So now we're gonna do the shiny skull breath, which is kind of fun, but not for everybody. So if you feel weird, lightheaded, strange, or it's hard, especially if it's painful, okay? Your body has the ability to share pain with you that tells you what you should and should not be doing. So as we go into the Kabbalah Bhakti, big idea is we're changing our chemical to be able to reach deeper enlightenment with a meditation. And with meditation, it doesn't mean that things go quiet. Now, actually, things can escalate to be a little bit more higher, more chaotic. But the goal is to use these tools. Use the tool of your asana. Use the tool of your mudra. Okay? Use the tool of your imagination. Use your tool of your diaphragm. So with this shiny skull breath, we're changing our CO2 oxygen levels by breathing in quickly, in and out. And this one is different than the breath of fire. It is a type of breath of fire because we're breathing very quickly. No. No, I won't speak Spanish. I don't know enough. I know enough to get by. The Bastrika is a different energy of pulling in, pulling out equally. Where with the Kabbalah Bhakti, it's an exchange of inhale, exhale halfway, and then flutter. Okay? And it's up in here, so you're stimulating this third chakra here. Where Bastrika is going to be more down in here. So, inhale, exhale halfway, stop, exhale. Exhale all the way. Hold it. Breathe in gently. Let the belly soften, get bigger a little bit. Exhale halfway. Again. Think something, my booger's coming out. Didn't want to traumatize you with my boogers. Okay. Exhale. All the way, all the way. Hold it. Inhale. Hold it. Exhale. I feel warm in my body. I feel like this area open up a little bit. And what happened is that we changed our oxygen and CO2. Pretty cool, hey? Thanks for hanging out with me today. Have a blessed day. May all beings be happy and